Okay, well, I'll be here before too long. But welcome to our September 20th, 2023 police jury meeting. Mr. Bill, can we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Stewart.
Here.
Mr. McCormick.
Here.
Mr. Ruffin.
Here.
Mr. Stanky.
Here.
Mr. Bison.
Here.
Mr. Garcia.
Here.
Mr. Fogarty. Mr. Ebar.
Here.
Mr. Byrd.
Here.
Mr. President, we have 8 members present. We have a quorum.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Ruffin, would you lead us in prayer? And Eric, would you lead us in pledge of allegiance?
That's great. Gracious Father, we thank you once again for the opportunity to come and serve. We pray that the things that we do will be pleasing in your sight. We ask a special blessing on this body as we conduct the business of our community. We pray that you would bless the national, state, and local government. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right, do we have any amendments to the agenda?
I got one.
Randy, what you got there?
Discuss the road secretary's pay raise.
Okay, we need to add that on the,
What we putting?
yeah, where do we need to fix that? Got some, got some payroll stuff there about number 24. You want to,
Yeah, that'd be fine.
let's do it 24A.
24A.
Okay, that's the road department staff, administrative staff.
I second that.
Okay.
Okay, I've got an item I need to add, Mr. President. It's declare the abandoned Turtle Beach compaction station as surplus property.
Okay, got a place on there.
19A.
Declare, what was that?
Abandoned Turtle Beach compaction station as surplus property.
Okay. Any other amendments?
So we need to have a public comment before we vote.
Okay. All right, any public comments on these two amendments to the agenda?
Amendments again.
I'm sorry?
What were the amendments?
The first one was going to be 24A. It's going to be the road department, the administrative staff, like the secretarial and so forth there, considering a raise for them. And 19A is going to be declaring the abandoned Turtle Beach compactor station or compactor station as surplus property. Okay. No comments on that. Do we have a motion to amend?
I'll make that motion. I'll second.
Motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? All right. It's unanimous. All right. Anybody want to make a motion to adopt the agenda?
Motion we adopted. Second.
Okay, all in favor? All opposed? Okay. All right, public comments on the items on the agenda. No comments? All right, number 8, Representative Rodney Shammerhorn. Is he not here? All right. All right, Mr. Representative Larry Bagley, thank you for coming. Appreciate it.
Hello, everybody. I'm it's a little fewer, smaller crowd than was last time. I don't really know how to address this group. I'm here basically to remind the jury capital outlay projects are due in November. If you don't have them listed and down, there's no way that your representatives can try to move that through capital outlay. There will be money this year, so we hopefully we can bring some more home for the rest of Sabine, not just the northern end, although northern end, I know we can appreciate what they get. So I just want to come in and mention that. I really don't have anything else to say. I appreciate the time. Thank y'all and have a good day.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, number 10, anybody from the Planning Commission here have any report? Okay, item number 11, accept the minutes of the previous regular meeting on August 16th. And
Make a motion, we accept the minutes. Second.
motion and a second on that. All in favor? Any opposed? It's unanimous. Okay, item number 12, adopt an ordinance temporarily moving the polling place for precinct 1-5 from 1710 San Antonio Avenue, Manny, Louisiana to 1738 San Antonio Avenue, Manny, Louisiana.
I'd like to read that ordinance if I might.
Sure, go ahead.
An ordinance temporarily moving the polling place for precinct 1-5 from 1710 San Antonio Avenue, Manny, Louisiana to 1738 San Antonio Avenue, Manny, Louisiana. Whereas 1710 San Antonio Avenue, Manny, Louisiana has become unavailable as a polling place for precinct 1-5 for the elections to be held October 14th, 2023 and November 18th, 2023. Now therefore be it ordained that the polling place for precinct 1-5 be temporarily moved for the October 14th, 2023 and November 18th, 2023 elections only from 1710 San Antonio Avenue, Manny, Louisiana to 1738 San Antonio Avenue, Manny, Louisiana. Subsequent to October 14th, 2023 and November 18th, 2023 elections, the polling place for precinct 1-5 will revert back to 1710 San Antonio Avenue, Manny, Louisiana. Be it further ordained that this ordinance shall be in effect September 20, 2023, and it shall be published one time in the official journal of the Parish of State of Sabine, State of Louisiana, along with any other minutes of the meeting. The foregoing ordinance having been offered and seconded by. So I need a motion and a second.
I make a motion, we'll adopt that motion.
Second.
Where is that, Bill?
That's moving from the fire station to the VFW hall.
Why did you just tell us that? Just reading all
Because it wouldn't have been as much fun.
that.
A second.
You second? Okay.
I second that, Barry. Somebody else did, and I'll second it.
Ken, go ahead.
He did.
So that's it's going to be there out there by the
Yeah, just, yeah.
old junior high.
Just
That
one-
from that fire
No, no.
station.
No, down
No,
here by the,
By the fitness place. isn't it?
yeah, no, it's going to be over there by the armory.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean that fire station moved
Yeah.
to the
The VFW hall.
Okay.
One door to the
It's the
next.
next door.
Right across the parking lot.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
due to the
Okay.
construction going on there at the fire station.
Okay.
All right, we got a motion and a second on that. All in favor? All opposed? Okay. Item 13, consider an ordinance to establish a 25 miles per hour speed limit on Harrington Road located in Road District 18, Ward 1. Whose district is that?
That's mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got any
You want to read
comment?
that ordinance?
Make a motion.
Well, I really need
I'll
to.
make a motion.
Okay.
Second.
Got a motion and a second on that item. All in favor? Any opposed?
Who seconded that?
I did.
Oh, it's Ruffin. Okay. All right. Item number 14 is to convene as the Board of Ad Valorem Tax Review. So, assume we need to, anything special we need to do to,
You just need
Convene
to announce that you're going to convene the jury in its capacity as the Board of Ad Valorem Tax Review.
okay. All right. We're convening this as the police jury as in its capacity as the Board of Ad Valorem Tax Review. We do have, each of the jurors have presented a copy of the September 1st, 2023 letter from the Sabine Parish Tax Assessor, Mr. Chris Tidwell, certifying that he has completed the assessment listings of Sabine Parish for the 2023 tax roll at a total taxable value of $364,611,980.
We have one protest.
Okay.
One, yesterday, we got a protest withdrawn. There's one protest. It's a protest from Comstock Oil and Gas, assessment 206,000,6805. And no one is here to represent them. Do y'all, is Chris here or
Yeah,
Carl?
here.
Y'all have something y'all like to present?
Thank y'all. And
Good morning.
Look, I appreciate this right here. And Miss Allen, she's gonna help me just, I know y'all got a lot to do, but I'm just gonna take just a few minutes at a time. Okay, the first three, Alan, just click, or
Yes, sir.
can I right here?
Yes, sir, you can. You can follow it right there. There you go.
Okay, so, this is what the real car they would do there. Okay, so this is the assessment for Comstock Oil and Gas. And they're not, what they asked for is that this be just included in the production training. I'll get to that in a minute. The Louisiana Tax Commission required us to, the way we value wells and equipment has changed for 2023. Their new rules, and the K.E. Andrews, Mr. Pat Compton and K.E. Andrews believes that this should be included in the production train. I don't think so, and I'm gonna show you why. That's just his email and his explanation, and the production train, as you see there. And this is the definition of production train from the Louisiana Tax Commission rules. It's page 4, chapter 9. The production train, and there's two things on it. The leasehold equipment on site I think is the important part. And then the production train can include inactive equipment, but not ancillary equipment. I think what we're talking about is ancillary equipment, and it certainly ain't not on site, and I'm gonna show you why. Okay. Top center, the open place in the top center, that is the production, that is the site of the compressor station. The three blue places along the bottom open places, of course, everybody knows that's well sites. So I don't think that is on site, number one. It's not on site anywhere, those three wells. I don't know how many wells they're talking about. It's part of the production train. But I don't think it's on site. That is the site of the compressor station. But there's not a well there. This is the well just south of that compressor station. Now, if that compressor station was sitting right there, I'd say it's on site.
Yeah.
And they talk about in there about a gauge and a meter. Well, right up there at the top, past it, is a couple of solar panels that they're controlling a meter with. That they know how much gas is going in that pipeline right behind that. So that is the compressor station. That's $1 million. If you go back to that, about the fourth one from the bottom. Now, the cost of that thing is $984,000. For new market's about $800,000. Now, these figures come, I put in the year of the equipment and the horsepower, which is 1,230, and the table from the tax commission giving the value. I don't dream this up. If that's
So getting back to what the protest, what are they protesting? What they,
They say it should be included in the value of the wells,
Okay,
and it should not be assessed at all. If that $1 million thing's sitting there, I'm gonna protest my house, my poor little old house. If we can't assess that, don't
I agree,
talk to me
I
about
agree,
that.
and y'all are the ones that knows this, so I mean, we
And
got
that's
to
just, that's $1 million, that's $100,000, that fab panel sitting right there.
yeah.
That little bitty part, that's $100,000 piece of equipment sitting right there. And they not want to pay taxes, that's the rest of it. That's all I
So
got.
where do we go from with the protest? What happens
You just
now?
uphold our value. And, we'll take it to the tax commission.
Okay.
We may get beat in the tax commission, but it's gonna be after the show.
Never
Well, they have,
have. Never have.
they have the right to appeal.
They have the
They're gonna appeal it
You can
anyway.
go from there.
For the tax commission, if they, you know, like it go on to court. So I thank y'all for time, and I appreciate the technology.
We just got to trust
Oh,
y'all.
good, yeah. Thank you, Mr. Carr.
Resolution.
We need to approve that.
Are they here?
He's gonna read a resolution here.
You need to read something, Mr. Bailey?
Yes, sir. Whereas the Sabine Parish Police Jury acting as a board of ad valorem tax review commenced public hearings today, and whereas the police jury hereby certifies that one protest of assessment has been received as follows. Assessment number 20600068805, oil and gas wells and equipment, telecom equipment, meters, compressors, skid and separators, etc. Comstock Oil and Gas LP, care of Pat Crumpton, Rockwell, Texas. Therefore, be it resolved that the Sabine Parish Police Jury acting in its capacity as a board of ad valorem tax review upholds the assessor in the protest listed herein above, and be it further resolved, the Sabine Parish Police Jury hereby certifies that no additional meetings of the Board of Ad valorem tax review will be necessary, and the board is adjourned. And be it further resolved that the police jury accepts and approves the 2023 property tax roll with a total taxable values of $364,611,980 as presented by the parish tax assessor, Chris Tidwell. The foregoing resolution was read in full, at which time the quorum was present and voting, and the resolution, I hope, was adopted.
I
I need
make
a motion in a
I like
second.
that motion.
second.
Okay, a motion and a second. Any other discussion on this item? All right, all in favor? Any opposed? Mr. Chris, I see where the assessment went up to 365 million from 275 million. So we had some pipelines get on the road and so forth.
Well, so I mentioned that the tax commission required us to review it. And look, just on the wells, we're up about 45, just on the well.
Mhm.
And as long as they keep drilling, it's gonna continue.
Mhm.
But once they get old, then we're gonna be back to eating pine straw. But anyway, yeah, it went up part of it, and then a couple of those pipelines. That 42-inch pipeline didn't come in, it's public service, okay? It's public service. The tax commission sends us what the value is. Was what I was expecting,
Oh, really?
but we got, that's, they the boss.
Yeah. Okay.
I had calculated it according to their rules about 40 million, but they sent it in at 15 something, so
Really? Wow.
that's what we have to take.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
We got 3 more coming.
Got 3 more.
All right. Thank you. All right. So that should cover item 14. Okay. Number 15, adopt a citizen participation plan for the Community Development Block Grant Program. Okay, see it right here.
It's rather lengthy.
Okay, you need to read it?
I think I just mentioned some things that are in it.
Okay.
We have the citizen participation plan. Then we have amendments to it, how amendments will be handled. We have grantee performance section. We have a section for consideration of objection to the application. Let's see what else we have here. We have bilingual, where we have to have interpreters, technical assistance, timely access to information, complaint procedure for citizens. And that's about it. I have copies of this. If anybody wants to read that copy, just come and I'll be glad to give you the copy of it.
Okay.
And so I need a motion and a second to adopt that.
I make that motion.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. All in favor? All opposed? Be unanimous. Okay, number 16. Adopt a resolution authorizing the president to execute on behalf and in the name of Sabine Parish a contract for the Louisiana Community Development Block Grant Engineering Services. What we got there, Mr. Bill?
This is for the Louisiana Community Block Grant. Again, this is authorizing the president of the police jury to execute a contract with Baylor to provide engineering services for the Community Development Block Grant. Need a motion in a
I'll
second.
make that motion.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion. Who got the second on that?
Nice.
Bison? Okay. All in favor? All opposed? Unanimous. Okay, item 17, adopt a resolution authorizing the president to execute on behalf and in the name of Sabine Parish a contract for Louisiana Community Development Block Grant Administrative Services.
Make that motion. Second.
Okay, that's for Coordinating Development Corporation. Now, the one thing we need to pay attention to in this is they'll be paid a $6,000 fee regardless whether we get the grant or not. We did that last year. They started charging them.
And they're the ones that've been doing it the last few years, yeah.
They've been doing it a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Very
We
long.
got a
Who made the motion?
I did.
Bo. And second? Mr. Ebar. Okay, all in favor? All opposed? Unanimous. Okay, another number 18, we've got to adopt a resolution for Louisiana Community Development Block Grant Program and authorizing signatory authority to the president of the Sabine Parish Police Jury.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Got a motion by Mr. Ebar, second by Mr. Bison. Anything feel like you need to add on that, Mr. Bill?
no, sir.
Okay.
What will we decide on the location for that LCDBG?
The engineers will do that. They're probably going to put in what they did last year. They did the survey last year. The difference now is that they can be scattered over the parish.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in the past, you remember it had to be in an
Yeah.
area. Well, now they can kind of cherry pick the roads instead of having to take it all in one area.
That's even better.
Yes, that's my understanding. Yes, it's all right.
But does that help your chances of getting the grant though? By cherry picking, because you still just a competitive grant.
I doubt it.
It's a competitive grant.
It's a
I mean,
competitive grant, and
you get to pick your low-income areas and your bad roads. I mean, it gives, I think, as good as chance as any, probably as good a chance as we'll
I
get.
think
Well, they've done
I
that.
think it might actually help because before you had to group them all together. And now you can
you
pick
can
the
pick
most
different roads.
roads in the parish. I think that's a good thing.
Okay.
All right, any other discussion? All right, we have a motion and a second.
Yeah, hang on.
Go ahead.
Have we ever received any of that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
have.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think the last was what, Long?
We did one up in your area.
I
didn't
think
we?
it was something
We
that
did one
Well,
down.
several years ago before me, did y'all do that Pilgrim Star and
Pilgrim Star.
Pilgrim Star got it? That was
Yeah.
this.
Did that little short one in Yellow Pine.
Yellow,
Gotcha.
that's what I tried.
Right, that's right.
And then I had that out on Belmont Road, at Morning Star.
Right.
Martinez Landing and
So
Dixon Road.
we've
Well, I hadn't got nothing since I've been in here.
Yeah,
But
those,
now that we're gonna be able to cherry pick around,
If you get one, you might not just love it because everybody around you's gonna be mad.
Oh, I know. I know.
well, in the past, because they clumped them, roads were like 500 feet long. I mean, they were a bunch of small roads. And then the administrative fee that you had to pay for that was almost equal to the cost of what we could have done it ourselves. So I didn't see it as a real big positive on that. But it's good to get them, and that,
how much is that grant worth, Bill? Roughly? It varies.
Yeah, I don't have any idea right now.
I think the one that we got in Yellow Pine area was like 300-something thousand, and we had to pay 94,000 administrative fees on that. And
Then why are we messing with this?
because of that extra 200,000, but it's
Well,
it's
I mean, we have our own
You
stuff now to lay our own.
well, this all these roads for 384,000 equal 0.8 of a mile, and that was $384,000. So, but they do soil cement, they do it right.
Oh, yeah,
so-
they build them right.
Yeah.
It's just very
Well,
short.
Pilgrim Star they did. This gone.
No, the blacktop isn't.
Huh?
You told them Pilgrim Star's blacktop's still in pretty good shape. They just didn't come all the way to the highway with it.
No, Blacktop's gone. That Blacktop's been gone for 2 or 3 years. It's been gone. We drive through there. I mean, I deliver hay down in there. It's been gone. That's where Bobby. That's where Bobby. It's sure gone now.
I'm okay. We're talking about two different roads.
Okay.
I'm talking about the one on the Belmont Road.
Oh no, I know a Pilgrim Star down there.
There's Morning Star probably out, Morning Star maybe?
Morning
Star,
Star.
yeah.
Yeah.
Different star.
Yeah, yeah. No, Pilgrim Star, it's been gone. It didn't last. That didn't last no time. Anyway.
All right. Any other discussion? All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor? All opposed? Unanimous. Okay, item 19, adopt Sabine Landfill Road into the parish-wide road system by tacit dedication. What we got there, Mr. Bill?
Well, that's the access to our landfill, and our attorney suggested that we do this. That way we won't have to straight out purchase it, because we maintained the road for over 3 years. They've been aware that we're maintaining it, and so he feels like that we can adopt it through tacit dedication, and it become part of our road system. That way we can do what we want to the road, like if we decide to oil sand it or something like that, we can do those repairs and work to it. And my resolution is, whereas the public access to Sabine Parish sanitary landfill has been on the Sabine Landfill Road for over 28 years, and whereas the Sabine Parish Police Tree has kept up, maintained, worked the Sabine landfill for more than 3 years with the actual or constructive knowledge of the adjoining landowners, now be it resolved that the Sabine Landfill Road, located in Road District 19, Ward 8, with a length of 9/10 of a mile, is hereby dedicated to the public by tacit dedication and adopted into the parish-wide road system. Need a motion and a second.
I have a question on that, Bill.
Okay.
Right now, that road is maintained by the landfill,
Maintained by the parish.
by the parish, the landfill part of the parish. So whenever Pete maintains that road. So whenever we adopt that into the road system, that becomes part of that road districts. How does that, do they take over the responsibility from Pete of doing that, or does Pete continue to operate that road, or who does that?
I anticipate Pete taking care of that road.
I don't have any problem with that.
Yeah, no, I don't think, I mean,
Pete's job.
well, we can't keep it up to the standard that Pete has to keep that road up to. So, but I didn't know if that changed the legalities in any way of Pete doing that.
Changes the legality.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that was just a question. So,
We need to do this.
yeah.
I don't have no problem keeping it up. Part of my permit, I gotta keep all weather roads, no matter what the weather doing. I don't have no problem keeping it up. That ain't an issue.
I do a cooperative endeavor.
This is with ourselves.
That's ours anyway. Yeah.
Well, there's two
It's-
different pockets. That's a
And-
kind of an enterprise of its own. The
And all the
landfill.
money, all the tax money that comes to the landfill, it's when it go beyond the landfill, it goes to roads anyway.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, you can use
Yeah.
that for anything. Proprietary fund.
Yeah.
Okay. You have a motion and a second?
Did we get one?
Yeah, I make the motion if,
Motion by Mr. McCormick, second by Mr. Stewart. Any other discussion on it? All right, all in favor? All opposed? Unanimous.
19A.
Okay, we have the amended item 19A,
what was that?
declaring the abandoned Turtle Beach compactor station
What happened there?
as
Oh.
surplus.
Just open top station.
What's happened there? They don't have a compactor station at
Oh.
Turtle Beach no more?
No, it never was a compactor station. Before we started compactors, there was, we had open tops. And at one time we bought one, the police jury bought for $1.9 acres from a lumber company for the open containers. It set back into the woods, about 1,000 feet. Nobody'd ever use it because they was afraid that they'd get mugged if they went back there. So they ended up moving that up to the where the worm factory site is at now. And that 1.9 acres has been sitting there for 20 something years now.
Somebody wanna buy that piece of property.
Well, right now we got it for $1 basically from a lumber company. And it's been sitting there, and we kept thinking that we may have a use for it, like maybe using it as a rock yard or something like that. And basically, if we ever get that road, Turtle Beach Road, asphalted, I don't really care for all those trucks to be running up and down that road. But anyway, it's we'll never use the property. In fact, we could get it back, but we've lost the right of way to get into it. It's just a landlocked piece of property. So I wanted to declare it surplus. So
Why don't you make that motion then?
So we don't know that we'll never need it. And we do have it. It is
We're-
a bird in hand.
on every piece of property we've ever abandoned, we never know if we're going to ever need it. I mean, when you look into it,
Normally, as a general rule, we do sell property.
we sell property, we abandon property all the time.
If we don't need it.
I just put one on there not long ago.
Yeah.
How far off,
Is that
say,
so?
the road is that land?
Did that say on call?
It's the 1.9 acres is about 1,000 feet off Turtle Beach Road. It's if you're coming from 191 down to where it turns off, it's probably about a mile and a half, 2 miles possibly.
What would be the process of disposing of that?
If we make it surplus, then it's for
Okay.
sale. Somebody can just come up and buy it.
Will they have to
And
bid on it?
that's the concern that I have.
Well, here's the procedure that's supposed to happen, whether we do it this way or not, is that once we declare it surplus, you get an appraiser to go in there and determine a fair market value. And you set that kind of as a minimum bid. And once that is set, in the past, what we've done on some of those things is that we put it up for auction, using that as a fair market value, and you try to increase that fair market value by having people bid against each other. There is some state words out there that says that when you buy a piece of property like that from, say, a lumber company, that if you abandon it, no longer use it, they have the first right of refusal to buy it back, and at fair market value. And if that's not, if they don't want it, then it goes to an auction type thing.
Mhm.
So does that same company still own that property? Or has it
Around
changed?
No, but the way the state rules say is that it's success, if they sell the property, the successors that bought the property has the opportunity to buy it at fair market value. So,
I think I would need some clarification on that before I can make a vote on that.
well, Bill has the state law. I gave it to him, so it's clarified. So I'd like to put it, I mean, you can vote against it if you want.
Well, one of the,
Can I change one thing real quick, but it goes right along with what Mr. Mike said? Did the one on Arnold down there, has it been up for auction yet? Because we've done this same thing.
Yeah, I mean, we do this. This is something standard that we do. I don't know
why y'all
where.
are not- I mean, y'all voted right along with this one.
to make a surplus property.
Yeah, the old dump site off of Arnold down the road. But I got Mr. Carl in here one day. I got him to go pull it up and show y'all exactly where it was at. He brought it right back in here and showed y'all. And it was supposed to be up for auction. And I'm just asking, did it ever go? Because I never knew of it going. Because I had two people wanting that was interested
I
in
don't
it.
have an objection to it. I just want to know how the process would work. And so I think I need clarification.
We
It
sold
probably
one.
won't go up to auction
If
until
we just- if we sell it to
somebody
the
shows
highest
an
bidder,
interest
So
in
where the
buying
money
it.
go? Just in the general fund?
If we sell it to the highest bidder, I'm good with it.
Someone has to show some.
Can we do that, Bill, or do you know?
Move on and put up the sheriff's sale.
I'm not an attorney, but the way I read it is we have to first offer it to Locay Corporation, which is a Delaware corporation. That's who the police jury bought it from.
Their first option.
They get the first option, or whoever they were bought by, or whoever is the successor of
And who is this people?
LAROKAY
Probably a-
Corporation.
Timber company of some sort of.
So
Yeah,
they-
Well, as it comes down, this may be some of the reluctance to do it, but as it comes down over time, that property that surrounds that is now owned by Ted Demas. So that's
Well, that's neither here nor there, but,
Yeah.
so you give.
I have to send them a certified letter.
And then if they refuse it, then you put it up to the highest bidder.
Put it up the
Yeah.
highest bidder.
I don't know.
Did we get that property you say for $1?
That's what we paid for it. That's what they
We
need.
will make $1 on it.
Mhm.
You know, we sold that now on Rocky
Where's
now.
this property at?
As we've done this before.
Okay, if you go down Turtle Beach Road about a mile and a half, take a right, you get set back into the woods about 1,000 feet. You can't see it because it's all grown up with timber now. And it's just set back in the woods.
The only thing in there is some concrete deals where you set them open dogs. It doesn't even have a fence around it, does it, Mike?
No fence around it. There's some litter strewn around it. You'd have to sell it as
Make your
is.
motion, Mike. We'll go from
Well,
there.
I make a motion that we declare it surplus.
All right, we have a motion by Mr. McCormick and a second by Mr. Stewart. Any other discussion on this item? There being none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, unanimous.
You paid, William, don't go.
Okay, item 20.
We got a long way to go.
Consider a letter of no objection to the Louisiana Energy Gateway Pipeline Project. Power Engineers Incorporated has requested that the Sabine Parish Police Jury provide a letter of no objection for the Louisiana Energy Gateway 42-inch pipeline project. The pipeline is an approximately 127.3 mile long, 42-inch diameter natural gas pipeline located in DeSoto, Sabine, Vernon, and Beauregard parishes. Have any comments on that, Mr. Bill? As to
I just have a resolution. Whereas Louisiana Energy Gateway LLC is proposing to construct the Louisiana Energy Gateway LEG pipeline project, which consists of a 42-inch diameter natural gas pipeline that will be partially located in Sabine Parish. And whereas Power Engineers has requested on behalf of Louisiana Energy Gateway LLC a letter of no objection, and whereas Sabine Parish Police Jury has no objection to the construction of the Louisiana Energy Gateway 42-inch pipeline project. Now therefore be it resolved that the police jury hereby approves the issuance of a letter of no objections to Louisiana Energy Gateway LLC and authorizes President Ricky L. Sepulveda to sign the letter. There's a draft letter, I believe, in y'all packet that I've drawn up for that. Basically just says we don't object to them put the pipeline in.
I make that motion.
I'll second it.
Got a motion by Mr. Byrd and a second by Mr. McCormick. Any discussion? Okay, there being none, all in favor? All opposed? That's unanimous.
I think they're gonna start next month.
Next month. Excellent. Which path are they going to take on that? Is that the
That's the one on the west side of me.
west side? Okay.
Yeah, they've been flagging it and surveying.
Yeah, going right beside the DTE line.
Okay.
And the one they laying,
That's
just
right.
got through laying.
Just got through with it.
Okay. All right. Item 21, authorize execution of a cooperative endeavor agreement with Louisiana Department of the Treasury and the state of Louisiana. So House Bill number 560 amended Act 170 of 2022 to reallocate $280,000 originally allocated to the Grant Parish Sheriff for the evidence room to the Sabine Parish Police Jury. To obtain the funding, the parish must enter a cooperative endeavor agreement with the Louisiana Department of the Treasury and the state of Louisiana. A resolution authorizing a signatory for the police jury is required. So we've got, they're just sort of
What is it?
Now run that.
probably some
by me
unused
again.
money.
Grant Parish got $280,000, my appreciation of it, for the sheriff to improve his evidence room. Apparently, he didn't do it. So that money got transferred. I think, Mike, you had something to do with that.
Yes.
It moved to Sabine Parish. So we're gonna
Ooh.
get another $280,000 from Act 170.
Last year I met with Senator Mike Reese and Louis Bernard, and we talked about this. And one of the things they were wanting to do is to the road that leads into South Toledo Bend State Park is a mess. So they wanted to use part of that funding, which is going to be the majority of it, to repair that road. So we kind of made a deal that if we do that, they'd try to get this grant switched over to us to do that. Then whatever was left over, I could use wherever. So that's we've been working on that. Of course, I've been calling them every chance I get to try to push it and had many conversations, and I didn't know whether they're going to get it or not, but it looks like it's about to come to fruition. So that's 280,000. So
Thank you for your efforts on that, Mike.
well, thank you.
How much of you gonna share with us?
Huh?
How much you sharing with us?
Yeah, about
Probably not gonna be a lot remaining, is it?
no. I think it was 185 or 90,000 something.
So-
That went to it, not the remaining.
We'll split up the balance.
So I assume that'll probably mainly just go to roads and so forth there. And then-
Yeah, we got roads designated for it.
Awesome. All right.
Really thought.
Oh, I make the motion then.
Got a motion by Mr.
I hate to lose it
McCormick
right now.
and a second by Mr. Garcia. Any further discussion on that item?
Thank you.
Yeah, I know what y'all doing. Y'all teamwork over there. I didn't see
Yeah.
it.
I think one of those was the roads of the block.
All right. You have the motion and second. All in favor? All opposed?
Mike, when does that come about? And
Well-
Grant Parish didn't use it.
Well, it was a Grant Parish that, what happened is Grant Parish got double funding for the same project.
Okay, okay.
And so they didn't lose funding. They just got two different people submitted for the same grant.
So we can get the other one that they
So
did.
they got it redistributed. The money was already there. They just got it changed over to us.
So how soon can we start?
Well, as soon as we pass this, Bill and them's got all the stuff ready. We send that in and hopefully we start getting the money here in the next month or two.
Okay. All right. Item 22. Approve entering a cooperative endeavor agreement with Pine Belt Multipurpose Community Action Agency Incorporated to provide services to Sabine Parish citizens. Sabine Parish Police Jury has received a letter dated August 16th, 2023 from the Pine Belt Multipurpose Community Action Agency Incorporated, formally requesting funding in the amount of $5,000. The funds will be utilized to assist in the operation of the agency programs administered within Sabine Parish. This funding is budgeted in the 2023 general fund budget.
We're just, I'll make a motion where, I'll drop that resolution. This is a routine thing that the jury does for Pinedale.
Okay, so Mr. Ruffin had made the motion.
Big one,
Who is that?
Community Action Agency.
What do they do?
Probably the-
Well, we operate the summer feeding here. They're housing, they out of Jonesboro. That's the home office. But we have a satellite program here with commodities.
They've been here before, met.
Every year.
We've been here for
Yeah.
years.
No, I mean, them people come in here one time and met with us one
Yeah.
day here, didn't
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
The time that does.
Okay.
Okay, we had the motion by Mr. Ruffin. Who was the second on that? Mr. Byrd? All right, any other discussion on it? All right, there being none, all in favor? All opposed? Okay, it'll be unanimous.
We have one abstain.
One abstain?
One,
Mr.
yeah, one.
Okay, Mr. Ruffin abstained there on that. Okay. Okay, item 23. Adopt a resolution to authorize the police jury president to execute a change order providing 16 additional days for the installation of the landfill gas collection and control system. Mr. John Franklin with Franklin Engineers and Consultants LLC has requested a change order to our contract for the 2023 initial landfill gas collection and control system installation to increase the contract time by 16 calendar days. Bill, what you got any-
I just got a resolution, whereas the contractor installing the blower fire skid as part of the 2023 initial landfill gas collection and control system installation has requested additional time to complete the project, and whereas our engineer, June Franklin, has recommended that additional time be granted to the contractor. Now therefore be it resolved that the Sabine Parish Police Jury hereby approves change order number 1 to the 2023 initial landfill gas collection and control system installation contract to increase the contract time by 16 calendar days with the final completion date of February 28th, 2024. And be it further resolved that the contractor will have the blower and fire skid installed and operational by February 2nd, 2024, with no increase in the total contract price. And be it further resolved that Police Jury President Ricky L. Sepulveda is hereby authorized to execute contract change order number 1.
Okay.
So it's given an extra 16 days. We're still gonna have to have it installed by our deadline, which is February the 2nd. It's gotta be operational.
Okay. What's the
That's-
February 28th date on that? What's that just sort of, in that first paragraph, it says with the final
After
completion
adding
date.
16 days, right?
No,
What was the first date?
Second, I think.
No, it would be operational by the 2nd.
Yeah.
That,
Is this some
I don't
specific-
You think
understand,
maybe-
the operational date is before the completion date.
Yeah, that don't make sense, does it?
Clean up and all.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's probably punch list and stuff like that.
Yeah, as long as it's operational and as long as it doesn't, interfere with the drop dead date that we've been given.
That's, it's supposed to
But we trying to
satisfy
get it
that.
back.
That's the February 2nd date. Isn't that right, Pete? February 2nd?
It seems kind of odd that this far in advance, they would need 16 days. That seems like not very many
They're
days.
planning on it raining.
want a little bit of gap.
But anyway,
One day.
do we need a
All right,
motion?
we'll need a,
If their engineer says they need it,
I bet-
somebody looked at it.
you're gonna make a motion.
all right,
I'll
we've got
second.
a motion by Mr. Garcia
I'll second.
and second by Mr. McCormick. Any further discussion on that? All right, all in favor? All opposed? Unanimous. All right, So item number 24. Consider waiving 6-month waiting period for rehire of compactor station employee. The Sabine Parish Police Jury has adopted resolution number 8756 of March 3rd, 2021, which amended resolution number 3793 of August 21st, 1996, which provides in part, if a full-time permanent employee of the police jury quits and terminates employment, the employee shall not be eligible for reemployment for a period of 6 months for any job openings that might become available during that period. Since the applicant for the position of compactor station worker was previously a part-time employee, the 6-month prohibition for reemployment does not apply. Uh, No action taken as far as, I'm not sure what that.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think we need to do anything because we've already done it. I've
Yeah.
done some research
Okay.
and found where, see,
We're not full-time
Since
it's
they're
employees.
not
the-
permanent employee.
Yeah.
Right.
And, this employee that we're talking about is an excellent employee. And the reason he left was for valid reasons to start with. And he came, and we were happy to get him back. So anyway,
And we need him back.
So simply put, it doesn't pertain to the 6 months.
no.
No, he's part-time employee. He'll come back to work.
Okay. So that takes care of item 24. Okay, we've got an amendment 24A, and that's regarding the road department staff, administrative staff raise and so forth there on that. So I think, Bobby, you want to discuss that?
We talked last month in the meeting about a salary increase for administrative employees. And we had a small discussion then about that this month we would discuss road department administrative employees receiving an equal raise, and put on the agenda. So we're here to seek support for that.
I would like to say yes, the employees probably deserve a raise. That's not the question. But this came up. This was put on the road and shop committee agenda, and to discuss that. And the road and shop committee did discuss it, and they thought that they came up with the idea that we needed a little more time to look at all the employees as a group, and to look at what we needed to do as all of them as a group. And so our road and shop committees deferred that to the personnel committee. And I've talked to Mr. Bill since then. We also said in the road and shop that we would table that. I'm surprised it's been brought up today, that we would table that until we had time to review all of the rest of the people. And that was supposed to take place next month's meeting. We were supposed to come up with a plan to do that. And I've asked Mr. Bill to give us the information for the personnel committee meeting, that when's the last raise that all the employees got, how much it was, what the classifications were, all the information that we needed to look at the overall system. And so it's not that the staff out at the road and shop or out at the shop don't need a raise or don't deserve one. I know you brought it up at
Last month's meeting, y'all. Bobby said something about the two gals out there because of we give these a raise in here, and somebody in here said put it on the agenda for next month. I will remember that. Oh, I mean, I don't think Bobby's asking for nothing that's not doable right here, because I mean, what's good for the goose, good for the gander. To me, I agree with y'all that we need to get a raise, but we need to quit bringing them in separately. And y'all let some people bring them in separately, but won't let somebody else. Ain't right.
That was my point last month.
Ken said that last month
You're
too.
talking about a group. You're talking
Where do you stop?
administrative personnel.
Huh?
Yeah, we're talking about secretary. We ain't talking about the rest of the work. We're talking about administrative.
Yeah.
I think the fair thing to do is consider that, and then consider a raise across the board for those people who have not been affected.
Right.
That's right.
Because they deserve raises too.
I agree.
Well, we've just granted a lot of raise. Everybody's gotten a raise. And
Yeah, we're not saying that.
we're starting to, at some point, we're gonna have to start considering everybody. I did speak with, some of them on that committee. And, you know, we're gonna have to, we can't keep giving, because we got some more people just sitting back there waiting. Well, already asked for a raise. They want to come up right after this. So, and the idea, as Mike was saying, is we're gonna consider giving raises across the board to everybody and include these people in it.
You gonna give them all that kind of raise though?
No, well, no, we're gonna look at, let Bill come up with some funds and let us see what it costs, and then we'll determine what we're gonna be able to do. But it is gonna be across the board. At some point, we're gonna have to stop give this from
I
one.
agree.
We gave this from one, and I agree with you.
I agree.
Yeah. But so when do we stop?
I say you stop it today.
Yeah. So then why don't we just go it on and just, well, I agree with Mike. We need to.
But you ain't doing apples to apples here though, y'all. It ain't right. It ain't right.
Well, it's not gonna be ever be apple to apple because nobody's on the same level.
Well, it is after today. You give them girls their raise today and we shut this off.
But then what?
Yearly or whatever, you're gonna get a percentage. And that's the way it's gonna be.
But the thing about it, well, whatever the jury wants to do with it.
And everybody quit coming back and forth to this table with this one.
Well, that's what that's exactly what we have.
That's not gonna stop,
It's
because
not gonna stop because you're
here we
they're gonna
are
request
agreeing to
it.
do it again, so
Yeah.
it's not gonna
We
stop.
got some more people that's coming. So I think we probably need to just consider whatever we're gonna be able to give them and give it across the board. And we don't have to worry about this. At some point, we're gonna say, look, we're not giving no one raise every month we come in.
Well, I guess what,
And I think what you're saying is, let's do this one more time and then do that.
yeah, and I guess it's kind of irritating.
It's kind of like slapping. It's kind of like slapping the face.
Slapping the face who?
Them out there.
Is a slap in the face to anybody else that comes up to that, and you don't give it to them, you're giving everybody else one.
Yeah, but when we
What do
give
I
all
say?
the foremen a raise, we give all of them a raise. Am I right?
We got some people coming up right after this asking for a raise.
Who?
You don't think when we give a raise, you don't think the rest of them gonna ask for a raise?
I do.
So we gotta do
I do.
it in order to.
So you're gonna get it to just operators, then just the laborers, and then
No.
you're gonna separate them?
No, what we're gonna do is give across the board.
And that's
What
why I
we've
say
done,
do it
these
all.
ladies will not be eligible for.
After you get it to this point today, right here with these two ladies out here, then everybody's on the same page. But these ladies out here, nobody gets another one except for a yearly percentage.
Then
of
what
whatever
is the
we're gonna
point
do.
in, let's make sure we do this one last time.
But you can give two of them one, but you can't give the other two one.
You've already done that. But I'm saying, boy, you gotta start
Well-
somewhere. You can't sit up and say, well, we gave them one, so we gotta do this
I
one
don't-
more
Where do
time.
y'all pick that from?
I
And then
think,
the thing about it, I see what we're talking about with the funds we're talking about. We don't even know how much money this is gonna cost.
we have
Said just give it.
looked at it, just cause somebody gets one,
Yeah,
I don't think
yeah,
everybody else.
yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, it should be three.
If they deserve it.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. We
Yeah. She is administrative, but
I
Well,
make a motion, we give the two ladies out yonder the raise.
What, the raise of what?
What kind?
Just what we give $2, just like we
You
give
give
these
$2
other
in
two
here?
ladies.
I second that.
Now, we've got a motion and a second for a $2 raise to the two ladies at the road department. Any further discussion on that?
Yeah, I would
Add
say,
anything to that.
I would say you need to add to it right now.
See,
Only thing I was fixing to make the same move, but immediately by next meeting, we need to see bring it to the finance or wherever it needs to be, so everybody can.
I'm out
We
of
can stop it
this.
today.
We're doing something today. We've got a motion to do something. You don't know how much it's gonna cost.
Yeah, we have
I
it
mean,
considered it, we didn't even
That's
know it.
something that we've not done before.
We
did it last month.
No,
No, we
we,
didn't. Bill came in and told us we got a sheet of paper.
this was,
Exactly how much, what they were making, how much it was gonna be, the base and all.
we had,
Brought all that information to the jury and presented it.
Okay,
Am I
well,
right?
This was brought up in a 4-member
Yeah, it's gonna be
committee.
that. We don't know what it's gonna be.
This was brought up in a 4-member committee. Mr. Byrd made the motion to give him a raise. It never got a second. We said we wanted to review it, and we'll have that all done by this upcoming meeting, the October meeting. And that's the way that we looked at it. I know that K-Wall has some ideas on what he would like to see. He's talked to Bill about it. I've asked Bill for information.
Did
And
y'all table it at the rodent shop?
yes, we decided that that's what we were going to do.
But then the thing
we
about
were
it,
gonna-
the road and shop committee is not, they're not making a recommendation on it.
No. They made the recommendation that we
We
defer to the personnel
Well,
committee.
I
And
With
do it.
Bird on that,
So,
He was there,
you
but
on the road and shop,
Yes,
y'all voted to table it?
didn't vote to table it.
Well, I know, I'm talking about, did the committee vote to table it?
No, it was
It
not
had-
brought up to table.
the video,
The road and shop committee shouldn't
Didn't have a
have
second,
been
is why it died.
part
he
of
died
a
for lack of a
raise.
second. Bill's looking at it right here.
It
well,
shouldn't
what
be
it,
part of
what
it
it
anyway.
said,
That should be
what it said was it was deferred.
personnel or
It was deferred to the personnel committee to review everybody and bring it up to next month's meeting.
That's what the committee, the road and shop committee had decided on.
That's the
on
way I understand it.
What do we have there, Mr. Bill?
It says, after discussion of granting raises to the office staff of the road department, it was decided to refer the matter to the Personnel and Finance Committees to give approval. And I was asked to run calculations of future payroll costs should the raises be granted.
So that's from the road and shop committee, recent meeting. We've got a motion and a second on the item. Any further discussion on it?
You gonna continue with that motion in spite of that?
Yes.
Okay. No further discussion on it? All in favor? All opposed?
No.
No.
And I'm a nay as well due to the road and shop committee.
K-Wall here with a vote.
Chicken liver.
3 yeas. Any other yeas?
Who were the yeas?
Yeah.
3 yeas?
4 yeas.
Does K-Wall get to vote on this?
Yeah.
Ronnie, was you a yay?
Are you for,
I was for.
are you for
You was
deferring
for it?
that till we have
You're
a
5.
committee meeting to discuss those raises more? It came up in the beginning of this meeting. I thought we'd defer that to
Can he
personnel
vote right
committee.
after the drug screening?
Depends on if he passed or not.
They use mine for an example.
What's your
That
vote?
was on the rate on the-
Well, yeah, we in the road shop deferred to the personnel. The personnel is gonna come up with a review and do it for this next meeting. So Mr. Byrd brought it up in this meeting again today, which I was surprised had happened. And,
Wouldn't that refer to finance?
it finance and personnel.
I got you, okay.
And so,
But the thing is, we got a motion to do it in regardless. They said, well, let's go on with it anyway.
To review it?
no,
No,
give it to
They
them.
want to go on and give it, grant the raise.
Yeah, for the two staff out there at the road department. So we had a vote. We have four yays,
5.
5 yays?
Mr.
Okay, we got 5 yays. So, and then
Going
we'll just.
I said no.
No. So I was a nay as well, just due to the committee.
It was,
So
the
they
idea.
put it on the agenda. Soon as he read it off the agenda, I made a motion.
Well, we hadn't
Nobody
even
knew anything about that until after the
We
motion
hadn't
second
even
was
looked at
made.
the other finance.
That's what I was saying. Nobody had even done it. As a matter of fact, the committee, well, we've gone and voted.
But we
The
already had
committee
a
voted to
motion.
do something in
Okay,
spite of
this,
what.
this kind of stuff really irritates the hell out of me.
Yeah.
That's-
When you go and you vote on
We was gonna review it after Mr. Wesley had got us those numbers together.
And that's sort of my feeling as
So
well.
I'm
with
an
the-
A on
with the- With the committee
Okay.
on that, so.
At 5-4.
So we have a 5 yays, 4 nays, so it did pass there on that. 24A. Ready to take over? Come on. We are on 25.
25 point move.
We're on 25. All right, to consider appointment of a new Sabine Parish representative to the Northwest Louisiana Human District of Service. James Tidwell resigned as Sabine Parish representative on the board. And the district has requested the police chief to identify and appoint a new parish representative to that district board.
Do we have somebody?
Was that the guy that?
Yeah, Mr. James Tidwell, he called me the other day and told me that due to, he had long COVID in the past, and it's just really his health, he's just doesn't have the strength and the ability to focus like he needs to for those meetings, and also sort of the travel back and forth to Shreveport for the meeting. So he felt like he had to resign due to that, and he has resigned. And so we just need to find a, I don't know of any replacement.
Don't we have a list of
You got a list of people that want to be on the committees, but I think you went through that last time, didn't you?
Well, no, for Mr. James, he had mentioned to me personally in the past that he would interested in serving somewhere. So, and that came to mind when that position came open. So I haven't looked at the others.
You're right, we have a list.
all right, let's review that list and see if we can get someone that's willing to
Yeah.
serve out on that.
So we don't necessarily, we can't make the appointment now.
No, because we'll,
And we always ask them to be here,
yeah.
so, on the new one.
So we're gonna table that till we review the
There's a motion in a second.
A motion that we
Motion by
table
Stephen.
that.
second by Bo. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, motion carries. All right, item 26 is the Federal Off Systems Bridge Replacement Program Annual Certification of Compliance.
We have a resolution on that. Whereas the Code of Federal Regulations as enacted by the United States Congress mandates that all structures defined as bridges located on all public roads shall be inspected, rated for safe, low capacity, and posted in accordance with the National Bridge Inspection Standards, and that an inventory of these bridges be maintained by each state. And whereas the responsibility to inspect, rate, and load post those bridges under the authority of Sabine Parish in accordance with those standards is delegated by the Louisiana Department of Transportation Development to Sabine Parish. Therefore, be it resolved by the governing authority of Sabine Parish, herein referred to as the parish, that the parish in regular meetings assembled does hereby certify to the Louisiana Department of Transportation Development, herein referred to as DOTD, that for the period 1st October 2022 through 30 September 2023, one, the parish has performed all internal inspections on all parish-owned and maintained bridges in accordance with the National Bridge Inspection Standards. Two, all bridges owned or maintained by the parish have been structurally analyzed and rated by the parish as to the safe load capacity in accordance with the AASHTO manual for maintenance inspection of bridges. The load posting information that has been determined by the LADOTD for all bridges where the maximum legal load under Louisiana state law exceeds the load permitted under the operating ratings as determined above has been critically reviewed by the parish. Load posting information has been updated by the parish to reflect all structural changes and obsolete structural ratings or any missing structural ratings. Three, all parish-owned or maintained bridges which require load posting or closing or load posted or closed in accordance with the table in the DOTD Engineering Directives and Standards Manual Directive number 1.1.1S. All DOTD supplied load posting information concerning a bridge has been critically reviewed by the parish engineer prior to load posting. 4, all bridges owned or maintained by the parish are shown on the attached list in the format specified by DOTD. Corrections to data supplied to the parish by LADOTD are noted. These are stipulations for prerequisites to participate in the parish, by the parish, in the off-system bridge replacement program. I need a motion and a second.
I'll make the motion.
Got a motion by Mr. Mike,
Bobby, any comments on this item or anything like this, sort of standard type? Everything?
I
Yeah.
second.
second by Mr. Ebar. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? That motion carries. All right, item 27 is to consider abandonment of non-developed right-of-ways interest in the Harrison Creek Estate subdivision between lots 35 and 36. Mr. Hughes, you want to address?
We had a request from an individual who owns lot 35. This is something we do often when we have a platted but undeveloped portion of road. And this has been, it's never been developed, but it's never been issued. Well, someone bought lot 35 and they've communicated with the individual at lot 36. They're trying to buy the whole piece of property, but they're not interested in selling. So that area, that platted undeveloped right of way is of interest to both of them. So they would like us to abandon our interest in that so they can then split the property. We do this often when these things come up.
Okay,
It doesn't go anywhere.
It does not, it goes to lease back.
okay.
I'll make that.
Any further discussion on the item?
So it doesn't go to any like
No
that,
use or anything
just
like
goes to the lease bank.
Right.
Yeah.
Got a motion back.
Got a motion by
Second.
Eric, second by, who's that, Bo? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, motion carries. Item 28 is to review bids and award contract for demolition of Toro Bridge, removal of old Barron Road Bridge, and construction of new Barron Road Bridge. There was 3 bids. Mr. Bill, you want to call those out?
Yes, sir. We had Med L. Ewing Construction LLC for $787,425. Reliant Industry Solutions LLC for $997,500. And Ewing Construction LLC for $1,361,000.
All right, so the low bid is that Matt Gwynn Construction LLC,
Yes, for $787,425.
and quite a difference between the other.
Yes.
Yeah, really.
Quite a bit.
Um, Any report on the reputation of the contractor or anything like that?
The only thing I know
Know him, Bobby?
is there Matt L. Ewing and Ewing Construction are brothers.
You know him? You know, don't know their work or anything?
These folks were, I think a lot of these contractors, I think there's not just that many of them that do this.
Mhm.
And these were all maybe recommended by our engineer or the word got through the group and people that were interested in bidding.
Okay.
Other than coming here to our pre-bid
How
and
does this
coming here to the bid opening. Meeting with the opposition about.
Well,
Because
You
we're,
take the low bid?
part of it's on one, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not mad.
this,
Where's this money come from?
I asked Bill, he said the ARPA funds, but what,
I know, but it's 2 different ones of it. It's me and Mike, you know, because it's repairing one down to get one.
Yeah. we had, in one of our meetings, we had talked about these big bridge repairs and things have to come out of a different fund. And so when I asked Bill before the meeting, where we're going to get the money for this, he said ARPA funds. But also, and I got my sheet at home. is that we went through, when we looked at all the roads that we had in front of us, what our total funds were, the ARPA funds, what we had in our PTA fund, we add up all the money, and we dedicated a list of roads down to a certain point that's to be covered by all of that. And that spent all of our ARPA funds. So now Bill says we got $1 million that we can use. I don't know.
Roads that we had listed as ARPA, Mike, were actually paid for by PTA.
Well, we only had like 850,000 in there at the time, or 900. So I don't know how, but we had included those PTA funds in on that list. And I want to get back and see. We're not asking where it gets paid for right now anyway, but I want to review that before we make that decision.
Now, this is to dismantle both these bridges, Bobby, and rebuild
Yes.
the one over on your end.
Using the panels, the concrete panels off the toll road down there. That's the road we,
Abandoned.
Now, are we never, ever gonna do anything back down at Core Road?
no, that's abandoned. So, which I was against that, but that's here and there. That's
Too expensive.
too expensive. I mean, it was too expensive, but it's just a shame.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, we kept thinking we were going
That
to,
bridge, that creek since the 40s, I guess, or longer, and now they can't. But I mean, but yeah, those concrete panels and the guardrails and everything's coming out here. Yeah. That was my deal, because that's why I was asking, but yeah, I remember him saying that too. Because we asked this when we first started. Okay.
All right.
Well,
so we did award that bid.
we need to award it.
I guess so. I make a motion, we award it to the lowest bidder.
I second it.
Motion by Mike, second by Bo.
And the funds are gonna come from where?
We don't know yet.
We'll have to borrow some of them from you.
You don't want a bid, no one know where the money gonna come from?
Well, we
Have
got
to come
monies
out
in
of
different
there.
funds, but we,
Has to.
well, that means that we're going to have to delete some of the roads that we had planned, so.
Yeah, it's like a necessary
Well,
thing.
his bridge has gotta be fixed, and the other one,
Yeah.
it's gotta be took down.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt we need to do this project.
Wait till next year, those prices will go up,
What
everything
about
else
what
does.
about the bridge down there? Are they repairing it or what, Bobby? Lakeside.
That's still 2025. I guess the engineers are still doing their thing on it, and they're still saying 2025. That's funded by the state. Yeah. We have no control over that. That's the state. Yeah.
Hammered over this one.
So the state's gonna fully fund that one?
Yeah, the state is going to do it, but they do it at their own time.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Okay. Had a motion and a second, I think.
All right, all in favor on this? All
Aye.
opposed?
I'm an aye.
You're a
I'm an
nay.
aye. Aye.
Okay.
Aye. Yes.
So 9.
9-0. All right, motion carries.
Oh, we don't make Stephen mad.
All right, item 29 is to consider the purchase of a pug mill for the manufacturing of oil sand.
Okay. Can I say one thing real quick when you brought that up? I want to ask y'all a question about, or really Bobby, I guess. Have we thought about getting a look on the sand out there to see how much of it we have and if it's going to be good enough for what we're wanting?
We have not, he may not have information on that.
Yeah, I got right now we're moving 440,000 yards of dirt. Filling 9, we had about 2 layers of clay on top of about 15 foot deep of sand. Bobby had a guy come out and test the sand, and it can be used for y'all's road. So once we get through the sand, the clay, we're gonna start stockpiling the sand over there where y'all stuff is now. So you'll have.
How much of it do we have, Bobby? I mean, we don't want to run out and be.
Well,
Then we can go
all
somewhere.
it is, we test sand at 3 different places on the property.
And it's there.
Spread out from each other. And he dug down 50, and the last spot we did 15 feet, and he had a good run of it there. So I don't know how to tell you how much it is, but
Yeah, it's about, it's 20, you got almost 18.9 acres and 15 feet deep. You got a lot of things coming over there. Estimated around 200,000 yards.
And there are different places where we could have, I would guess,
That
one
is
about the
still-
same run of it.
This,
When this came up about a year ago, when we decided to go into this project, you had already tested, we said we had plenty of sand and we're gonna go into this so we can start producing it ourselves. And it would be less expensive.
this,
I say this, you got cell 8 and 9, it's got a blue sand that was tested, it could be used for your roads. And over in the dirt pit, that whole sand area, it's over 30 foot deep in sand where you can go. The yellow sand, so y'all can go way down. You don't have to, all this, that dip down, and you got the cells on there now, that's.
I don't see that being.
Now, with that said, are we talking about putting a pug mill out there closer, Bobby?
yeah, what, we had discussed this, we discussed this, we had discussed this in the road and shop committee. And the way it was looked at is that we had unlimited sand, basically. And we have to wear out this pug mill. But some of the research that had been done by K-Wall and some of the others and talking to Angelina County and some of the, they're not using aggregate in their oil sands. They're using just sand and oil. Based on that, it looked like we could possibly produce oil sand for $30 to $40 a ton. So that $30 to $40 a ton is versus what it is at our latest bill is $109 a ton delivered. So even if we felt like we could do it at half that price, the way we looked at it is that the pug mill is going to be around $425,000. The oil sand that we produced before was about 4,000 tons, I believe. And 3,500 tons. Okay. 35. So anyway, the way that was looked at is that if we saved half the cost just on that 3,500 tons, that was a minimum amount that we'd need a year. We'd probably need 8,000 tons a year, do 4 miles of roads. So 8,000 tons, if we were able to create that at $40 a ton, that $320,000 savings, or this is round numbers, $320,000 savings per year on the pug mill, you could pay for that pug mill in a year. So, yeah, so, and we felt like that getting it down to that kind of price would get it to where we could possibly start putting this in neighborhood streets. And it'd be just almost effective as, almost as cheap as putting good rock layers in there, and it'd be no dust, and it'd be good. So we felt like this was a good way forward to do a lot of our roads.
And also on that note, there was a possibility of if, we can produce enough for ourselves that we could possibly sell the oil sand to other parishes for their use too. So they use it too. So anyway,
We felt like it was a good investment.
yes.
So we recommend so the road shop committee makes a recommendation that we pursue that.
I'll make that motion, because I've been very good.
Any other discussion on the pug mill?
Is it gonna be like a new pug mill, used one? What-
It's gonna be a new one, but I guess before we done all of the legwork of looking at different types and Mr. Hughes getting out kind of specs for it, kind of see what our needs, because there's multiple types of pug mills. And there's an option there about a generator or a 3-phase deal, electrical. So before we even went and done the research on that, I got prices. We want to make sure that we get the approval from the full board to move forward with it. And then we can come up with an idea of what we need, and we can put it out for bids on that. So we'll already be in that process.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Bo, second by
Eric or somebody.
Bison, what?
Bison.
Bison, okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, motion carries. All right, consider the purchase of a new 12-yard dump truck for Road District 19, Ward 8 to be delivered in 2024. Used. Okay,
You found one already?
We have looked and we found, something that we're interested in, but again, kind of like I spoke of, before we, develop specs and bid it, that's what we're looking to do today.
So Bobby and I have talked about it. Road District 19 needs a new dump truck. And what we got is 1995, I believe.
And the motor blew the other day.
And one thing that Road District 19 has never done was have a big truck that can help during times that we need to haul oil sand and during times that we need to haul asphalt. So we thought that this was a good opportunity for Road District 19 to support the entire parish by purchasing a piece of equipment that can help during those times.
Okay.
And you found a used one, you said. And so what we really wanted to do is to see if we can get the jury's permission to purchase the used one to be delivered this year instead of 2024. Is that correct?
Well, I know Mr. Hughes and Mr. Bill handle all that, but
Well, we have to spec it. So there's a process, but we just want to approval to do that.
right, I got you.
I make the motion.
Any other discussion on this item? And that's in your ward,
Road District.
and it'll be paid for out of your road district, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Any other discussion? All right, do I have a motion?
I made the motion.
Motion by Mike, second by Bird. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Thank y'all.
All right, motion carries.
Thank you for buying something to help the rest of the parish.
All right, consider the purchase of a pickup truck for the solid waste landfill. Landfill Superintendent Pete Shireen said that the landfill does not currently possess a pickup, and therefore employees are required to use their own personal vehicles when landfill business is conducted. These employees are later compensated for mileage after carefully considering. The Solid Waste Committee has obtained and reviewed 3 quotes for 2023 Chevrolet Colorado four-wheel drive crew cab. We discussed this in that was the thing we had in solid waste. Mr. Pete, he uses his personal truck a lot whenever he has to go. We have multiple customers in Texas, East Texas, and he has to use his personal vehicle to go over there, sign contracts or whatever business he deals with. And if he needs parts or anything here local, he uses his personal vehicle. I know they come daily to take care of the business here with this office. So he uses his personal vehicle a lot, and the ladies use their personal vehicles a lot. So I figure it would be a good idea for him to have his a landfill truck there, and it's going to be the everything truck. Whatever they need to do, they have a truck that they can, pick up parts, check the mail, run errands, whatever. So
Since Pete's already agreed to fix that road out there anyway, I agree with purchasing.
so
This money come from out of their fund?
it comes out of the landfill. Yeah, they would fund that. So. Any other discussion on this?
Look,
Yeah.
tell them about the bids that we got and so forth there.
I'm gonna let
Mr. Bill. Yeah.
Good at that.
Let him do that then.
Resolution, whereas the solid waste landfill has need for a pickup truck to conduct landfill business, and whereas 3 quotes have been obtained for a pickup truck as follows. Foy Motors Incorporated, a 2023 Chevrolet Colorado four-wheel drive crew cab, $54,509.50. Harper Chevrolet Buick GMC for the same thing, same truck, $55,531.75. PK Smith Motors, Inc., same truck, 54,000. That's, yeah, 54,000, 930.35.
Right.
And so the low
This is
bid
for Colorado?
for Colorado.
That's a small one, ain't it?
Yes.
Yeah, they don't really need a bigger.
$50-some thousand.
Mhm.
I'm proud of them truck.
They.
You want a bigger one?
They better than them little old Colorados, I promise you. They just,
They're not really that small.
Is that a Denali or what?
Mm.
Y'all buying Peter Denali, ain't you?
so who was low, PK or?
Boy.
Boy was low.
Boys lowest, whereas the solid waste committee has reviewed the quotes and recommends that the police jury accept the low quote from Foy Motors Incorporated. Now therefore be it resolved, the Sabine Parish Police Jury accepts the low quote from Foy Motors in the amount of $54,509.50 to purchase a 223 Chevrolet Colorado four-wheel drive crew cab for solid waste landfill use. Be it further resolved that the president of the police jury is hereby authorized to sign and otherwise execute any documents necessary to complete the purchase.
My motion there should be to adopt that, acceptance of that.
Got a
No, second.
motion by Mr. Ruffin, second by the
Aye.
Bison. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay. No offense, Pete. No, I want you to have a truck. I think we'll find a cheaper truck than that, y'all.
Would you want to get a used truck?
No.
Good luck.
That's got to be loaded out, y'all, for Colorado.
No. Good luck.
Yeah, I'm pricing them right now. I do know, but that's, we talking about a 1 ton too.
All right, moving on to item 32 is to consider the purchase of a new truck for the pothole and maintenance crew to be funded by the parish transportation fund. The road and shop committee met September the 14th. Road Superintendent Bobby Hughes reported that the current truck used by the parish-wide pothole maintenance crew is in need of constant repair. Due to the uncertainty of the longevity of the vehicle, Mr. Hughes is requesting that the police jury consider the purchase of a new truck for that crew. And we also have 3 quotes on that.
Whereas the Sabine Parish Police Jury has need for a new truck for the parish-wide pothole maintenance crew, and whereas 3 quotes have been obtained for a new truck as follows. Foy Motors Incorporated, a 2024 Chevrolet Silverado 2500 heavy-duty crew cab pickup, $55,500. Harper Chevrolet Buick GMC for the same truck, $63,635. PK Smith Motors, Inc., $55,800. And whereas the Road and Shop Committee has reviewed the quotes and recommends that the police jury accept the low quote from Floyd Motors, Inc. Now therefore be it resolved that the Sabine Parish Police Jury hereby accepts the low quote from Floyd Motors, Inc. in the amount of $55,500 to purchase a 2024 Chevrolet Silverado 2500 heavy-duty crew cab pickup for use of the parish-wide pothole maintenance crew. Be it further resolved, this purchase be funded through the Parish Transportation Fund, and that the president of the police jury is hereby authorized to sign and otherwise execute any documents necessary to complete this purchase.
Any discussion on this item?
I just want to say one thing. Y'all giving the same thing for a 3/4 ton heavy duty as you just give for a Colorado. Y'all got
$5.
I told you could find a truck cheaper. Yeah, y'all go ahead.
I make that motion?
Motion by Ebar, second by Mr. Ruffin. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
Item 33 is to advertise for bids for materials, supplies, and services for 2024. Opening will be 11/3/23. Secretary Treasurer Weatherford advised the jurors that he and the road superintendent, Mr. Hughes, will review the proposal bid advertisement for 2024 materials, supplies, and services within the next few days, and will make desired changes to it. The bids will be advertised in the local paper no later than October 11th, 2023. The advertisement will be run in the official journal for 3 consecutive weeks, and the sealed bids will be open in public on November 3rd, 2023 at 10 a.m. They will be presented to the police jury for review on November 15th, and the bids will be awarded on December 20th. Do we have any discussions on this? Need just informational?
Yeah.
No, I mean.
Need a
I've
vote?
had it.
Okay.
We got the author.
Need a motion on that.
I make that motion.
Motion by Bo,
Second.
second by Everett. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? That motion carries. Next item is capital improvement program priority list, 3 years, 2024, 25, and 26. This is a reminder only. Jurors were reminded that the jury needs to adopt a 3-year Parish Transportation Act priority list for the roads for the 2024, 2025, and 2026. This must be done prior to our January 1st, 2024 in order to comply with the Parish Transportation Act.
That's just an upgrade then. isn't it? That's what we normally do.
Yeah. All right, item 30.
Okay, so that's the PTA, not the capital improvement.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of like a misnomer there. We have two different lists.
Yeah. Wish list.
The wish list, which is capital improvement, and the PTA. So this is a reminder. from the
Yes,
PTA.
yes. Any other questions or discussions on this? All right, item 35, authorize the payment of approved bills.
Make that motion.
Motion by Bo, second by Mr. Ruffin. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, motion carries. All right, appropriate and transfer sales tax for September operations of $425,000.
Make that motion. He getting old, ain't he? He getting old.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Committee reports. I think all of our road and shop has been covered on the agenda, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, committee reports. When I walked in here, Mr. McCormick addressed me that, we need to take a look at the women's facilities. There's a lot of word going around it, isn't it? TLC. So, get DJ to.
Yeah, yeah,
Courthouse committee.
some of those.
I know, that's why I said we gotta get DJ on
Some of
that.
those grants that we applied for,
Okay.
that money is dedicated for some of
Okay.
those issues up
And
there.
remember, you already authorized. to
I'm just letting
spend-
Mr. McCormick know we own it.
Yeah, but you spend,
I got this.
okay, a certain amount.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I
You can
get,
go ahead
I
and do
get
that.
told about that weekly.
Okay.
I ain't never seen so many phone calls about this courthouse in my life. You knew what you was doing. You jumped off that, jumping on somebody else.
I could put you on one of these other ones. And just
Cemetery's doing fine.
Yeah.
everything quiet out there. Ain't it?
Very quiet.
Quiet offender.
Any other committee reports? All right, moving along, Mr. Weatherford. We addressed the jury with our financial report.
Well, I'm sorry I didn't get a financial report completed for this meeting. Our bank statements came in a little bit tardy. I have 2 for you next meeting, hopefully.
Okay.
But I do want to report that after 3 years of wrangling, and thanks to Mr. McCormick walking out of the mediation, We received $7,500,000 this morning into the landfill fund for closure, post-closure costs from Waste Connections. That's been a lot of things.
So the agreement that I reviewed
It's done.
that's done. Okay. Good deal.
Mike, I know where that bridge getting.
Thank you walking out.
Well, if you
Pretty
do
good
that,
actor.
2 years from now, you have to figure out how to put 2 foot of clay on top of it.
Well, it's
No,
been
boy,
a,
if you do that 2 years from now, you'll be up here looking at it.
I know it's been a long fight on that issue. I'm glad it's resolved. It's been, since March of
I think they were just dragging it out.
3 years ago.
3 years ago. 3 years ago.
Yeah.
March 1st of 2020.
There's been a lot of meetings, a lot of talk, and I want to commend Mr. Bill. We was there with him, but he was kind of the brains, him and our attorney behind the deal. So I thank him for his guidance.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you and Mike. Both of y'all.
Yeah, thank you for walking
Mike did
out, Mike.
wonders. When he walked out, they changed their attitude a little bit. The last thing he said when he walked out is, "See you in court."
That works.
Cornball.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to item 39, operations. Mr. Hughes, we got anything in operations?
You all have your permit and citation report. Any questions about that? Pretty standard. A lot of work going on. Our guys are trying their best to write citations when absolutely necessary.
I make a motion we adjourn.
Come on, boy, that's me. Second.
All right, motion by Bo, second by Mr. Ruffin. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, motion carried.
Seconded that.
Mr. Ruffin.
Who you think?
Yeah.
Man, I'll tell you what, I thought this was a long.
You breezed right on through that thing, son.
Yeah.
Where you been all this?
Right here beside this guy.